Bring the sessions, make it full version. So this is welcome to the SimpleFinance class. We will be talking about SAP accounting reinvented. So SimpleFinance is basically reinventing the SAP accounting. They talk about the principle of one, so means they combined all the different ledgers, all the complexity, and made it pretty simple. Actually, the SAP changed the name of SimpleFinance to S4 on HANA, so there is no more SimpleFinance name, the term. Um, and also they've changed they've accelerated the closing. They also changed the UI, so mostly the new UI is not your gray screens, it's Fiori based screens. It looks very intuitive and user friendly. So if you want to take a look at it, this is how SimpleFinance look like. Okay, so this is a mostly Fiori based screens, web based screens. We can see all the pretty easy to click. We click on it, so it's a Fiori. You can see here it's a Fiori based screens, not your old ABAP Java stack based screens. That's a big change for the SimpleFinance. So this access right now that you're seeing, this is a cloud based access, and most of you can actually go and get registered and get free access for 15 days. I'll show you where to actually go and get that link. You can, so at least you can do some basic practice of SimpleFinance. Um, so we talked about intuitive user experience and also drill down reporting. So very beautifully done here. So I'm going to look you display financial statements, for example, demo. I mean, companies spend a lot of time, a lot of money getting to this one using Bob J, using BO, but they have actually done this for you. So it is very beautifully done, drill down reporting. So let's say, for example, I'm looking at the financial statements. They can see all accounts. You can see balance sheet. You can see profit and loss. So all three in the same screen. So this is the account balances for all the accounts. You can see asset accounts. You can see cash. You can see prior period balances, comparative balances, and absolute differences, right? So account balances and your balance sheet, cash and liquidity is petty cash, okay, and your P&L all on the same tab based on this company code. Very it is almost impossible in the real SAP to get this kind of a screen in one place. Okay, in one place. I think very nicely done. I think that's power of the SimpleFinance basically. So drill down reporting. So drill down reporting, very intuitive. Comparison period, key period. You can change the currency. You can change the financial statement versions. You can look at the ledgers. You can look at the company codes. So one screen. I mean, companies spend millions using Bob J, BI, BPC, analytics tools to get to this point, and this is already there, standard delivered in SimpleFinance. I think this is really the key thing that I think is the power of SimpleFinance. Okay, and it's also non-disruptive. Non-disruptive means you can go migrate to SimpleFinance without any disruption to your existing systems. We'll talk about that, different migration options. The big thing about SimpleFinance really is migration. There is, the screens are there. If you're a FICO consultant, the functionality is the same thing. Your assets, accounts payable, receivable, cash equivalents, balance sheet. So all your existing principles, accounting principles, remain the same. Okay, so the key thing, what am I going to do as a consultant, right? So everything is there. What's my, what am I going to do? Basically, the thing is, it's migrations. It's a big, migration role. So just like we are going from classic GL to new GL, right? It's a migration, project. So going to SimpleFinance also going to be a migration project for most companies. And there's a lot of flexibility, so you can extend, you can put coding blocks, you can add customer fields. It's pretty flexible in terms of screens, in terms of the functionality. Okay, let's look at the world's leading accounting solution reinvented. So finance FICO, what it is, the leading financial solution, has been reinvented and now it's new now. So now we have the one principle of one, which is called the universal journal entry. Means there are no more BSEC, BKPF, flag of flex table, account balances table, your your case A1, SK1, all those tables which we have multiple balances have been migrated into one single table called AC Doka. So it's a universal journal entry. We used to do that. Companies, it's not a very unique idea. Companies have done this using special ledgers. In the special ledgers, they took information from a lot of different sources and populated one single entry, which has the JVA details, it has the asset details, which has the company code details, special ledger details. So people have done that in the past using the special ledger functionality, kind of bringing data from all the different areas and putting it in one entry, one single view of the our corporation. And then now we have also so they kind of took that clue and then made into one single table and one chart of accounts. Basically simple finance, easy deployments. Now they have the great thing is soft close, so you don't have to do a hard close, you can do a soft close anytime and see your balance sheet, income statement, and see. From doing the soft close means you run certain your foreign currency valuations, you run your depreciation, right? So all those things will be run in real time, so you don't have to wait until the fifth day, sixth day to actually see the settlements posting, to actually see the DDNS posting, to actually see the your distributions posting. You don't have to worry about, hey, have I done all those things to see the correct balances. Now you can see at any time using the soft close principle. Okay, and you also have better insight within the period. So within the period you can see how your balance are fluctuating, how your balance sheet looks like, how your different aspects of your balance sheet looks like. Okay. And also you have the accelerated hard close. Many means they've removed a lot of steps because there's no lot of reconciliation that needs to happen between FICO and CO and assets as well as the GL. So a lot of the by design reconciliation principles have been removed using the accelerated hard close. So these are the basic things. So if you are a finance consultant, say, hey, have you worked in simple finance, and you can say, have you have done all these different things. Universal journal entry, one chart of accounts, simple finance deployment, leverage soft close, better insights, and hard close. Okay. Intuitive user experience. SAP has struggled in the past with the UI. They've used GUI XT. They try to put the portals, simplified screens. But again, now it's pretty easy. It's a Fiori based in application, so you can use it in mobile, you can use it in tabs, you can use it in desktops. Consistent view across all the screens. With Fiori, if you use SAP Mobility, you can even do approvals process, easy PO approval process, approvals of your projects, PO approvals, invoice approvals. So all those things makes it easy because it's on mobile devices consistently. Again, traditional accounting transactions, analytical accounting applications, a lot of analytical apps that are part of the solution. Trial balance reporting, we just looked at it. Journal entry analyzer. So drill down reporting, we just looked at it. So those are the powerful things. Actually, I think this is the most powerful screen that I have seen. Being able to look at all accounts, being able to look at the balance sheet, being able to look at the profit center, just how fast it is, right? It's not even taking a second. It's like boom, 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 because it's HANA, it's powered on HANA, it's powered on behind the scenes, your HANA database is making it so fresh and fast and then powerful for you. Even the drill downs are very fast, only taking split second to drill down into your cost of sales, production, cost of sales, raw consumption. And I can clip the same thing. I can switch the company code. I can switch the ledger. I can switch the your group currency immediately. So you can see the the balances in different currencies. So that's the power. So let's go back to the main screen here. Same thing. This we can look at. There's some basic procurement functionalities there. Create PO, post goods receipt, create supplier invoices. Basically, I don't know. Give me a second here. Okay, so you can see basically manage vendor items. You can see display vendor balances. I mean, obviously we know these transactions. Search, just looking up all the vendors. Click on OK. Go. Company code. Okay. This is all my vendor balances for that particular vendor, for that component code, and you can see the periods, credits, debits, accumulated credits, and year sales. Okay, so pretty easy. I mean, I think this is pretty much the same thing we would have seen your prior version of SAP. So I don't think there is any change in actually display vendor balances. Okay. With that, again, it's a non-disruptive migration path. Compatibility views, it's a lot of flexibility, general entry extensions. Means you can add custom fields and flexible add-on. Oh, let me see. I have not. Okay, I am recording. Thank you. So let's go to the next screen. Principle of one. Principle of one means in the old architecture, there are a lot of challenges. One is the combined content of several tables represented the truth. A lot of reconciliation happened between GL and CO, GL and COPA, GL and asset accounting, GL and material ledger. Your reconciliation between your sub ledgers and the ledger consumed a lot of time, and you have to wait for the month end to actually be able to settle, right? Settle, move the data to the appropriate cost centers, to appropriate projects, run your DD&A, run your foreign currency valuations to be able to see the real truth, the real end summary. You have to move the data at the month end. That was a big deal. Reconciliation efforts was a big deal because typically the data stayed in multiple tables. That's why we went to the new GL, right? We didn't know what was the accounts payable at the profit center level in the real time. We didn't know, we introduced the concept of leading ledgers and non-leading ledgers, assigning to different accounting principles. So all these things were, done at the month end. So we had to need to move the data to appropriate tables for reporting purposes. Okay, these are all the current challenges actually. So different level of detail stored in different components. So your company code view was in one place, your profit center view was in one place, your cost center view was in one place. So if you want to get the details, they are in multiple places. Your details of it, your in the sub ledgers, and your account balances were in the ledgers. So you had multiple tables to go to get the detail. Components are structured differently. Your fields, entities, so different tables, different structures were structured differently. And difficult capabilities components, for example, multi-currencies, multi-GAAP, IFRS. So you have to look in leading ledgers, non-leading ledgers, group currencies, hard currencies. You got to have, document currencies, you got to have transaction currencies, so there's so many things that you have to do to get to a summary, version. And this is the greatest thing, I think. Multiple BI extractors. You have to load all the data, extract that using the BI. You have COPA extractors, you have GL extractors, you have extractors from all these different tables, put it in BI to be able to get to one single screen to show the summary of the combined company. So that was a big deal. That was a big deal of kind of doing the BI extractors, having this complete truth. Okay. So we have this balance sheet side, you have the material ledger, you have asset accounting, you have GL codes, you have your controlling, you have COPA, so you have the balance sheet view. So there's so many different views of the data today in multiple places, multiple source of truth. And this is a challenge. And how for large companies, how challenging this can be. And add oil and gas on top of it. You have JVA, you have PRA, you have special ledger, you have new GL, you have gap. So it made the thing very complex through a lot of different companies. So they went to this concept of universal journal entry. So single repository of journal entries across multiple applications without any redundancy. So they combine all these things: fixed assets, payables, public sector, general ledger, accounts receivable, joint venture, profitability analysis, management accounting, CO, material ledger. And this gave you deeper insights, instant insight across all the dimensions, easier extendability, and optimization of accelerated financial close. So basically, they took all these tables and went into this one table called Universal Journal Entry, table called ACDOCA, ACDOCA, ACDOSA or ACDOCA tables. So they took the journal entry, the ledger, company code, accounts, profit center, amounts, they're still the same. So they also added the coding block to it. They also added the profitabilities, segment, the market segment, operating concern. And here we already had the company and materials. They added that right here. Here we had the company code and fixed assets. They added the fixed assets block right there. And you have the management accounting, and they added that right there. Okay, so they made all these things in one single table. Basically, the architecture is take the best of all the worlds, ledger, market, and then put it in one central table, one line item table with full details. So you'll have both summary and as well line item details in one place. This replaces what basically it's a in the newer release, actually in the point release it kind of looked different. Now the secondary cost elements which are only in CO are the GL account. This is a big change. Secondary cost elements were only in CO. They were cost elements. They were not GL accounts. They moved within CO, but now they made them into GL accounts. Now we had primary cost elements, which are GL accounts already, or the secondary cost elements are also GL accounts. Okay. Data stored only once. No need for reconciliation by design. No subledgers, needing ledgers. I have to reconcile AP versus GL. I have to reconcile assets versus GL. I have to reconcile CO versus FI. So all those things are gone. So we have no need for reconciliation by inherent design. Reduction of the footprint, memory footprint, because I have fewer data points, fewer tables. I'm reducing my eliminating the data footprint. Okay, fast multi-dimensional reporting. So because it's HANA underneath, because you can create views, flexible views on HANA, which are already built into the system, you are able to do multi-dimensional reporting fast. So all your reporting has been built into the system, just like we have seen, here. Okay. Okay, so all your multi-dimensional reporting has been built into your financial statement work, statement in one single, place. Okay, so this is really the power. So I'm just going to click on the company code. I'm going to click on the financial statement version. Very fast so far. I'm just going to say go. I can put a lot of filters in here. Can click on those things. I can change my periods. I can change my company. They kind of took this thing from the Bob J. This was kind of the Bob J. If you have developed any Bob J screens, this is how those things kind of look like. This is a lot of people invest a lot of money in getting to something like this using a lot of analytical reporting tools, using HANA, using Lumira, BobJ, BO, but it's already now in the SimpleFinance, it's already built into the system. You don't have to waste any money to get to this point in the new system. So if the BW is in place, you can still use the extractors, fast multi-dimensional reporting. So this is the principle of one. This is the universal journal entry in the SAP, accounting. So far, any comments, questions? I know many of them of you are seasoned consultants. I'll leave it. I'll open up the.
One question, this is Anu.
Yes, Anu.
So, yeah, we said that there is no reconciliation account. So when we are doing any vendor postings or customer postings, so how that can be done? Say, because there are like thousands of customers and vendors. So, and then there is no need for reconciliation, there is no subledger. So what kind of postings will happen for that purpose?
So it says one line item table with full details, right? So
Right.
you can see
So
that
because
the customer.
customer fields or customer details, but then actually the effect needs to be captured in FI. So I was not sure how it will work because usually the effect has to be there in FI and then subledger, so that way. So probably instead of the GL account on one side, they are replacing it with the customer account on the same line.
Yeah, yeah, probably. Yeah, they eliminated that
Oh,
the need for the reconciliation somehow. I mean, we need to
mm-hmm.
take a look at the internal details, but
Okay.
like assets, right?
Yeah.
You already had the details of the fixed assets, and you have your automatic account determination, and they posted
Mm-hmm.
to your back end accounts. So they actually added the fixed asset block right there, so it carries
Right.
details as well as the balances.
So it's similar, like so no need for any reconciliation account for fixed assets,
Yeah.
things like that. Okay. So
So
in the GL, in place of the GL account, then the fixed asset account will come.
probably will come. So we need to kind of look at
Yeah.
dig into those kind of details. The internals of
Right.
it's all going to be happening. And the
Mm-hmm.
beauty
Mm-hmm.
of this new thing is that they still gave you the old views. In HANA, we have views, right? Views.
Right.
So all your old tables still there. So
Uh-huh.
they did create that on top of this thing, BKPF, your BSEG, your FSNLP.
Right.
So they did maintain the prior versions of those things as views. So
Mm-hmm.
you'll get to those tables. So the data is pushed into this summary table and then extracted,
Mm-hmm.
in real time and populated into those tables that you already know. So you're
Mm-hmm.
able to connect them back and forth, old versus the new views.
Um, so that is like if you do parallel systems or
Not even parallel. If
you,
you implement a
uh,
simple finance, in a greenfield version, right? Okay,
okay.
you still get to see the old tables as views. These are not
Okay.
real-time data, but these are
Okay.
a view to the data which they have written logic to go to the summary table and present you the data that you used to see before.
So that means in addition to the AC DOCA table, So it will also go to the postings will also go to the all the old tables, GL,
Not all
PCA,
postings will
all
not
the.
go. The data will be presented the way you used to see. Okay, the data will be presented.
Oh,
Yeah, you
okay. So in real time, if you want to look at those tables, you can still look at those.
can still look
Uh,
at it. Yeah,
okay, okay. So that is like an additional feature. Yeah.
yeah.
So the other thing is that since you said everything, the front end is Fiori based, and so Fiori based is like kind of a shortcut where not all the fields in the conventional SAP is there. It's like you have a data entry, and it's more like a trimmed down version of the conventional SAP. So my doubt was whether all the features that are there today in our SAP will they be available in Simple Finance?
It should be.
Mhm.
The access that I have right now looks pretty simple.
Right.
All of the functionality that I would have expected to see are not here. Um,
Uh-huh.
is the initial trial. For example, this is all they have for MM. I know MM is
Right.
not this simple. Okay.
Right.
I know, for
Mm-hmm.
example, accounts payable, they only have three things. I know accounts payable is not that simple. Where is my F1
Right.
run? Where is my, you know, you know, my credit, vendor credit memos? Where is my, posting? Where is my, there are so many things that I don't see them here.
Okay. So maybe this is more suitable for like a medium scale company, but for a large size company, probably it's not yet ready.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That was I was thinking that
Mm-hmm.
large scale
Mm-hmm.
company is still not at
Because the Fiori based applications is more like a convenience store sort of a thing. So like the CEO sitting in a flight, they can access SAP through their iPads, they can do the approval processes, they can look at balance sheet, financial statements from their iPads. But if they need to go into more detail, make postings and all that, so that's what probably it may not be possible.
Yeah, and customization. We are used to, putting custom fields, custom logic, custom
Mm-hmm.
edits, custom extensions. So for large companies, I know there's so much, customization. I don't know how Fiori is going to be able to handle all that. I know there is some
Right.
flexibility,
Wake up.
Mm-hmm.
but
Good.
Mm-hmm.
the devil's in the detail. So I know it's going to be, um, yeah, and I think we need to see if this is really a solution for large corporations.
Right. Mm-hmm.
No, no, Anup, this is Praveen.
Yeah.
Actually, the solution is there now for even for the large corporations. It is
Okay.
like a trial basis now. Like, nobody
Okay.
really completed go live or anything like that.
Okay.
IBM is implementing, Schlumberger,
I.
example, Schlumberger is a
Okay.
big company. So they
Okay.
are they are doing simple finance now, but it's
Okay.
not go live yet. But about,
Okay.
worldwide, about, less than 500 clients so far, all worldwide.
Oh,
They're
okay.
they're they're implementing now. So it's like
I.
kind of it is suitable for big companies, but we don't know the end result yet. How they're going to be happy in the future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I see.
I think Anup, I will know. I think I will be able to once I get hands on to the full version of the on-premise version. We can see
Mm-hmm.
how depth that the solution is.
Right.
So right now, the one I have access to is a very cloud solution, very limited functionality. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
see a whole lot of things, but hopefully in a week or so, when that I should be able to see the config, I should be able to see the front end, back end, so I can kind of check it out.
Okay.
Maybe next class, I'll actually show you the on-premise version, so we can kind of poke, uh, you know, really we can try to break it down.
Mm-hmm.
My question was also the same thing. Sir. There is so much complexity in a large corporation. By simplifying into one thing, how can you resolve those issues? That was my question
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Right.
So we'll break it down. Okay, we'll break it down methodically. Let's try to understand the high-level concepts. Focus on, what is Fiori, what is it made out of. I know we know it's Fiori, we know it's HANA, we know all the tables are kind of gone away. We have this one table. Let's understand the basic concepts, and then as we go along, that's why I said here I need your help. I need you to do some research and bring those things back, right? So we can have a good discussion, good learning going forward. So once I have access, to the real version of the on-premise version with the full access, then we can actually break this thing, take it apart, and see how things will work. Okay, so this is a major thing. I think we always struggled with this concept of secondary elements, things moving within CO, not being reflected correctly on the FI side. That was I think the big step forward. We did this AC DOCA using special ledger concept, spent a lot of money in large corporation. That's a big thing, and also the multi-dimensional reporting. And I think that's a big thing. There are a lot of positives. So still there are a lot of positives. But again, the question is, how can I do my substitutions, validations, coding blocks? How can I do all these different things that I'm used to, interfaces, running my iDocs, posting my XML transactions. How my all these things, how are they going to work without access to my SE16, my tables, the data that we are used to. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I'm muted everybody. So the principle of one, fixed asset accounting, reconciliation between GL and asset as ensured by design. The design will ensure that the reconciliation happens automatically, just like in the new GL, we had the FICO versus CO reconciliation, was eliminated. The calc transaction was gone, and there was an automatic reconciliation between those two tables. Here's the same thing. The reconciliation between the GL and AA was ensured by the design. So after migration, reports from the previous years will still be possible due to compatibility views. So now, hey, you migrated, but what happened to older data, right? So your reporting from the prior years is still possible using the views. So okay, and HANA has a lot of views. Transparent assignment of depreciation area to accounting principles. So we have your depreciation areas, 1, 2, 3 taxes and balance sheet and all those different things. So they need to be assigned to the accounting principle. That's pretty transparent. Depreciation posted with all the details, including accumulated depreciation costs and cost by asset, directly as we go along. So there's no need to run depreciation. It's almost like real time. The depreciation runs. Depreciation has been will be calculated in the system. Okay. Independent complete depreciation areas, no delta areas as used to before. Simple chart depreciation, only one depreciation area for valuation. New transaction for depreciation area specific documents. New document display explains the detailed impact of every transaction to the books. Okay, so you can see, you can go to your asset worksheet, and you're able to see, click down, by depreciation area, how much is the tax, how much is for the book, how much is for the different depreciation. So you can see all these details in a new document display. Flexible account determination, so more power for account determination. And this is a big change. GL accounts have been completely revamped. You have balance sheet accounts. Now we have account types. Non-operating expense accounts of an account type N, and you have primary cost accounts, revenues with an account type P, and you have secondary cost elements with an account type S. So GL accounts are broken down into balance sheet accounts, non-operating expenses, primary costs, as well as the secondary costs. And this used to be like this before. We used to have GL accounts, cost elements. The CO was tied to FI. Using your P&L accounts were tied to your primary cost elements, and your secondary remains the same. So now this is before, and this is the new way of dealing with the GL account. Big change. Again, now they have GL account types X, N, P, and S, and this used to be before, and this used to be now. Okay, let me open that up. Any questions here, gentlemen? Any thoughts?
No, nothing.
Okay. Okay, and there is also a non-disruptive one-time deployment option. Basically, what they're saying is that you can leave your SAP ERP, CO, FI, and there is a database trigger, goes to the SLT replica. We've seen that in HANA, right? When you guys did the HANA class, we've seen this, how can I replicate this to an HANA database? But now they're saying that you can actually do your SAP ERP replication, SLT server, even your non-SAP data to your new SimpleFinance, Central Finance, interface with HANA as the backend with real-time replication, and you can benefit from SimpleFinance while not touching your existing system. They're saying you can still keep your old systems. Well, I don't know why would we keep old and the new. That's kind of a design issue, architecture issue. I mean, we wanted to reduce the footprint, but at least you can do a dry run to see maybe if this model works. Maybe you can eliminate this thing over time. Maybe you can get comfortable with this new version, use it, feel like if you see, it's almost like a your dry run, almost like your pilot, almost like your before go live. You can give it a try, see if all your reporting will work, all your numbers are going to be right, our account balance is going to be right, all your financial statements are going to look right, and if everything works, maybe you can do the migration at a later point of time. So it's an easy way for customers to give this a try. So real-time replication of existing FICO to your existing system, SimpleFinance system. Document drill back to the original FICO, so you can go back to the original FICO and see how that looks like. Replication of cost objects, production orders, all those things back from here, so your master data gets replicated. Mapping functionality to harmonize the master data using MDG, and single source of truth for financial reporting means you can have your Oracle system, or you can have Excel sheets, you can have non-SAP based systems. Single source of truth means this is going to be a central single financial reporting database with HANA, with universal journal entry, and with the ability to drill down. So we did get to this solution before using BI, BobJ, HANA, but now they're saying this is an architecture where you can go for it using this SimpleFinance solution without the need for BI, without the need for BO, without the need for extractors, XLTs, and you can still do a lot of reporting on top of HANA. So any questions for all those your consultants? Any questions on this architecture? Any thoughts? So it's a non-disruptive implementation. Putting the system in place. Your existing users will still be here posting your daily operations, and still you can get your this beautiful Fiori based drill down reporting. If it works, then you go in for the final migration and kill your older system. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the next screen. Closing acceleration, soft close. So it's a new concept. Better insights within the same period. So real-time profitability by earlier deviation of marketing segment information from sales orders, like cost centers, internal orders, and customer projects. Real-time profitability analysis. Correct asset acquisition values at any given time. So also, for example, you can do valuation areas with special items. No more periodic posting runs, required. So you will get the correct asset acquisition values at any given time. There is, so it's called the power of soft close. Even in the hard close, they eliminated a lot of the closing items. So you can see, because there is no reconciliation between subledgers, and all your depreciations are posted in real time. So a lot of your tasks have been eliminated in the hard close. So a lot of your multiple reconciliation items which you usually do have been eliminated because of the universal generator. So simple hard close, flexible soft close. Maybe you can close the whole thing in like a day, maybe a day and a half, using the accelerated soft and hard close. Okay. Does this help you, Atik? What do you think? Anup, Atik, does this kind of help you with your current process? I think it's a value add.
Yeah, of course. It will ease the process of closing, month end, period end closing.
Mm-hmm. So you can leverage both the soft close and accelerate the hard close. They've also enriched the profitability characteristics in real time. Profitability analysis was like a big deal. They had to wait for the month end. You really have to have the BI extractors to be able to do your profitability characteristics. They have to be derived. For example, you're making a car. You're making, you have the VIN number and you have product, category. So all of these profitability characteristics have to be derived over a period of time. What is a division? What is a territory? What is a customer group? What is a product? What is a product? Within that, you have to break down the product. What is a project? So all these schemas are derived in real time. Your profitability characteristics are immediately derived at the point in time for each primary document. Immediately done, because of the power of HANA, it's able to do those math, it's able to calculate those things and able to derive, not after. Take all the information that is available and known at this point and post to a CO object. So that's the approach. So there is like a CO block. Think of all these things because it's a huge table, right? So we get confused. We went from foreign key, primary key, database optimization, breaking it into smaller tables, because it was much more easier for databases to join the tables. So that's why we optimized the databases, but now we are consolidating things because of the power of HANA into one single table. So that kind of a transformation in our minds, basically, to see this humongous table instead of the logical databases that we're used to in the past. No need for settlement runs, right? That's a big deal. We used to have settlement rules. You got to have, I need to settle the projects back to the cost centers. I need to settle those things at every month. Now there is no need for a settlement. Okay, that's removed. That's a huge step. I can rewrite the marketing segment information, each P&L line item immediately. So immediately, I don't have to, wait for the month end to run the reports and, derivations and all those things. It's a huge step. Immediate assignment of marketing segment to salary costs. So I can also do distributions, and break it down, send it to the, required cost centers at the same time. Okay, here you can see leverage my soft close accelerator, multiple attributes available in each posting. As you can see here, I have the accumulated depreciation, I also have the depreciation costs posted down to the cost center level, immediately, using my, fixed asset cost, actually posting my depreciation costs right away to my cost center level immediately. So I can do my analysis instantaneously, full level, detailed, stored in all the components. My fixed asset accumulated depreciation already assigned to my depreciation cost. New structural capabilities, the ability to analyze costs for all cost object types. Cost object types means air travel, accumulated depreciation costs, my hotel expenses, salaries. So I can analyze those things, immediately. And also I can do specific analysis by market segment as well immediately, because I'm getting this data in real time, not after the fact. Intuitive user experience. So let me break things here, and then let's go back to the screen, and I'm going to show you a couple of things here. So create PO. Okay, I'm going to show you how easy and powerful this is. I will click on existing PO. I'm going to say create, and it populates all the data for you, existing data, into the system. Okay, all the data has been pre-populated for you. I can submit it. I'm just creating a PO by reference, and the new PO has been created for you. I click on OK, and it takes you back to the main screen. My PO has been created. Now I'm going to do post goods issue. Okay, my PO has already would be populated. Let me go back and look at my PO number. It is 870. Why is my post? Okay, click on it, and then I post. Okay, my goods issue has been recorded, and I go back to create invoice. Yes. Okay, show all the items. 70, and I can simulate, and I can post. Okay, very easy creation of things all around. So documents contain some line items, basically. Think what happened here. 200, 200, 200, test. Anyway, there's some errors, but pretty easily you can take a existing document, post by reference, very easy, intuitive screen. You can do simulate, you can do post, you can look at your messages, you can customize your screens. So same thing, very fast. You can do the same thing with the first for your cash management. You can look at your cash position. You can display your financial statements. So I would say, compared to the GUI and all the different tabs and all the different screens that you have to maintain, pretty easy, intuitive screens. So you can look at by banks, you can look at by company, you can look by country, you can look at by currency, you can look at your cash position. You used to spend a lot of time to get to this particular result actually. Okay. So same thing, you can look at accounts payable line items, display vendor balances, manage payment blocks. Also at the very top, actually you can go back. You can look at all the different areas. You can look at the accounting documents. Okay, so you can search by by cost centers, by customers, by fixed assets, by GL accounts, by goods issue, house banks. So you can have a pretty easy central search basically. Instead of going into individual tables, they put all the elements at the top. You can click on the search by something, and you should be able to get that. So let's say GL account. I don't know. Let me do by cash. So right, the search has been made very simple. Instead of I have multiple tabs, I have star, I have to put display documents. So again, this is the power of HANA. They're able to get you to the right result by clicking on the search. Click on the search. You click on the say cost centers. You can say travel. Click on that. There is nothing for the travel. Expenses, salary. Oops. Center should be something. Yep. Okay. So easy, fast search. I mean, you can see how fast these things are popping up. Some issue. So with that, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the search capabilities, the UI? Atik, what do you think?
Yeah, Harry, it's good. It's pretty fast. But
Pretty powerful.
right, so it's really powerful.
You can look at the house banks. You can just do I mean, you used to be able to traverse so many different things, right, to get to this result, right? Look at my PO,
Right.
look at my material, look at my internal orders, all in one place.
So this everything is standard so far. We did not even create any report so far. Everything is standard.
Everything is standard.
Right.
This is all like master data, right?
Yeah, master data basically. Yeah, searching master data at the top. Yeah. No, man, no, you can search accounting documents as well here. You can search transaction data also.
Yeah, right. Yeah, drill down reporting anyway takes you to those documents.
You can search accounting documents. You can search POs. This is transaction data, PO right here.
Yeah.
You can search both master data and the transaction data.
Yeah, right. So in an earlier screen, you were mentioning about that settlement was redundant. So I did not get that part because we do settlements between internal orders to other cost objects or WBS to other cost objects.
They're saying that's happening in real time.
Sorry?
In real time. Your depreciation is happening in real time. Settlements happening in real time.
Okay, but the cost objects like WBS elements or settlements between internal order to cost center, those kind of settlements, are they impacted in any way?
Yeah, it will happen automatically according to the settlement rules within those master data.
Okay.
So yeah, instead of depreciation, right? Instead of doing your DD&A run, taking the asset and looking at the periods and looking at your depreciation areas and looking at the formulas, it's doing when you're actually posting it real time.
Oh, okay. I see.
I mean, we're just posting the transactions, and whatever the formulas are at the back end, I calculate everything automatically.
Okay, okay.
Even your profitability segments are derived instantaneously. Your settlements happening instantaneously. Your DD&A is calculated instantaneously.
Okay, I got it. Yep. Okay.
So instead of waiting for the month end, they're doing it on the fly.
Oh, and that's how this accelerated month-end close happens.
Exactly, because
Right.
we have the view at any given time of all the things that are already done.
Okay. Okay. And that's how the soft close you can do anytime.
Yeah, because of the power of HANA, because of so much memory, because you have so much throughput, it says, why even wait? Let's do it in real time.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, that's how you're able to do soft close because all your calculations are already there.
Right. And then you can do your reporting, which gives a very good picture because all the settlements, all the subsequent postings are already done.
Already done for you.
Yeah, so that way you can do your financial statements anytime.
Anytime.
So similarly, like the month-end postings related to accruals or recurring entries. So once you have the formulas and all that, so you don't need to wait until month-end close. So they'll happen
It
probably
probably
like
happened.
first day.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We need to still do, I mean, this is a transaction data. I'm searching invoices at this point. So, I'm searching, invoices, invoice number, header text, reference text, by supplier, whatever, right? To do. So it's pretty, I'm searching central, searching by bank. So I think this is pretty good, pretty powerful. I can do filters, facets, filters, I don't know, some kind of an error here. So I get, again, the beauty of this thing is I get the same thing on a tab on a mobile phone, right? So everything is mobile enabled already.
Right.
And then because the data is already on HANA, it opens up the thing for a lot of predictive analysis, I mean, we've been in the HANA class, so you get the power of all the reporting. Okay. So let's go back I know we looked at the intuitive. I think we understand closing now better, I think, right? We understand the principle of one better now, I think, right? We understand the Fiori. We've seen that, right? I think we've seen the drill down reporting. So I think you're pretty much good with all these things, right? So far. Intuitive user experience. Fiori post journal entry, manage journal entries, display journal entry balances, display account level. This is how it's going to look like post journal entry. I don't know, somehow the access I have is not letting me post journal entries, but it should look like this. I'm going to make it screen bigger for you. Hopefully in a week I'll get the real screen, full screen mode. So basically you have header, you have attachments, you have notes, your document date, posting date, period, journal entry, which is SA, didn't change, company code did not change, transaction currency did not change, reference did not change, ledger group did not change, header text did not change, line item details did not change, GL account, credits, line item text, assignments, nothing changed really. Looks like everything maintained, right? They have to, I mean, because it's basic accounting. Um, and then they have some nice icons and pin it. You can drag and drop. You can customize, these, Fiori, tablets and transactions. I think that's kind of being able to customize your screens. An accounts payable clerk, he can do is, one or two tabs, apps. You're a manager. You can put approval screen. So it's kind of a more, success factors, more your Yahoo portal kind of, transactions. The taxes are calculated automatically. One screen app, so there are no tabs like tab we used to do. One screen, okay, tab. You can add attachments, you can add notes, and everything is in one screen. So I think we looked at this one, very powerful. Company code, this is all standard. Company code, ledger, financial version. This is the most powerful thing, I think, being able to see. Like you can see, you can drill down to the account level. Anup, you're asking, I went to fixed assets, intangible assets, goodwill. I'm looking at the GL account. I'm looking at the balances, rolling up to the, back to the previous version, being able to navigate down to the, the differences. So this is how we used to get to the, using BobJ and very powerful, drill down tools. Financial statement apps means you can, these are the portlets apps that you can, bring it down. I think we should be able to do financial statements, GL balances, GL line item details. I think we looked at this. Drill down reporting. We looked at dimensions. Yeah, you can also open the navigation, panel. You can add dimensions, back to reporting. You can look at like this: a company code, GL account level, liabilities. You can go down to the profit center level and display balances. So this is the your BobJ kind of a reporting, basically. Okay, you can also do the analysis of the journal entry. Non-disruptive implementation. Basically, you can do pre-checks if SimpleFinance can be installed in your system. You can do blueprint for process redesign reporting. You can check interfaces, custom codes. So there is a lot of pre-checks. You can download some patches, and you can do pre-checks on your system. See if all the ledgers have been reconciled. All the prior periods have been closed. You can do some pre-checks. You can install installation of SimpleFinance add-on. You can manually customizing and migration of customizing. You can do data migration. You can perform migration checks, and you can also do a lot of post-migration activities. And you can install Fiori App install, and then you can do Fiori App configuration and doing it planning and reporting. So these are the project phases for SimpleFinance. SimpleFinance, as I said, it's mostly conceptual and it's mostly a migration project. So if you are an FICO consultant, it's going to be very easy because a lot of the fundamentals remain the same. Your basic company code, your basic, fiscal year variant, posting period variance, financial statement versions, GL accounts, cost centers, profit centers. So all the basic fundamentals will remain the same. You need to learn the SimpleFinance, what you've learned, and then follow these process steps. Basically, it's a migration project, SimpleFinance. You do the pre-checks. If SimpleFinance can be installed in your current system, you write a blueprint, you look at the process redesign reporting, you check the interfaces, custom coding, you check for consistency, check the reconciliations between ledgers, subledgers, you look at the period end close and the financial reporting, you install SimpleFinance add-on, you manually do some customizations, migration of any customizations that you may have, you migrate the data to SimpleFinance to S4 on HANA, do migration checks, there will be a migration cockpit, you test your system, okay, move the indexes, and then go to Fiori and start using it and move on to the configuration. So non-disruptive.
When you said,
go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, when you say there, if SimpleFinance can be installed, what would be the restriction where we say SimpleFinance cannot be installed?
I'm thinking the complexity of the data. Some maybe you installed special ledgers. Maybe Poly system is not ready yet for oil and gas. System Poly isn't ready for some of your retail, IS retail, IS public services. It's a lot of complexity, right? So if you have any service modules, a lot of it's still not ready yet for all the
Okay.
IS oil, IS retail, IS public services, kind of a components. JVA, PRA, all that.
Okay.
I think for IS oil, I don't know how much this is really, can be used yet. So, right now we are in Simple Finance 2.0. Okay, so version right now is 2.0, so they moved from 1. There is a CO compatibility view, basically. Means you can look at all your older, CO tables, safeguarding customer investments from the ABA perspective. So there's thing called compatibility views, means SAP has created HANA views to be able to see all your prior tables like COEP tables. So there'll be a view called V underscore COEP. Your customer tables KNA1, KNA2, SK1, SK1B, any tables ANA1, any table that you're used to, they are used using HANA views. Okay, it's called non-disruptive nature, we call it. Flexibility. Flexibility of add-on postings via appendix ledgers. So basically they have universal general entity. This is called a ledger A, which is post to closing periods for reinstallment purposes. This is called, they created some ledger appendix ledgers basically. Ledgers can be stapled on top of other to provide flexible mechanism to adjustments and reporting. Any adjustments that you want to do, you can use this concept of ledgers for adjustments. Basically, any things that come prior to the close, any adjustments that you may have to make. It's called appendix ledgers. You can also extend the AC Doka table, with some custom extensions. So, we already know the coding blocks. We already know we can create ZC custom fields 1 and 2. We can also do Scopa extensions, profitability segment 1, profitability segment 2. Okay, so you can also extend your unified journal entry for customer fields as well as the COPA fields. So pretty similar concept as your coding blocks. So basic, this is the basic initial documentation. I do, hold on, give me a second here. I'm gonna start.